In the headlines, federal government says the worst in Nigeria's security challenges is over. Boko Haram runs short of food, weapons as floods take over enclaves. Ipman begins strike, feels scarcity imminent in north. Away from Nigeria, 65 people killed, hundreds stranded or missing following 6.8 magnitude earthquake in China. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thank you for joining. And now the details. The federal government on Monday assured Nigerians that the worst of the insecurity that has been plaguing the nation is over, as security agencies are now on the trail of terrorist element on the run. Speaking at a joint news conference, frontline ministers in the security sector told journalists that substantial progress has been recorded in the last couple of days in restoring normalcy at various fronts across the country. Trust TV's Shafiu Suleiman has more.
Setting the stage for the conference in what appears blowing the government trumpet, Minister of Information Lai Mohammed says security agencies have taken seriously the recent directives by President Muhammadu Buhari on the need to speak to the terrorists in the language they understand.
Some said the security challenges have overwhelmed the military, but the military has now demonstrated that no group of ragtag criminals can ever overwhelm them. Terrorists and bandits and co can run but cannot hide. And this has been demonstrated by the arrest of those who attacked the church in Ogun. These criminals can run but cannot hide, as we have seen the decimation and realization of the cowards who ambushed the brigade of guards troops in Abuja.
And the result, according to the ministers, is assuring of the safety and security of Nigerians.
The strengths of operational successes recorded by the armed forces of Nigeria in the northeast have thus continued from January through August 2022. The exhalations of the troops of Operation Hard and Cave of research by well-meaning individuals as well as reputable internal and international bodies attest to the far-reaching military achievements recorded in the Northeast.
We took Niger from North Central State, where 40 suspects were arrested. They were arrested for kidnapping, banditry and other criminalities. 500 cattle were also recovered. 71 handsets were recovered. On July 9th, 2022, police operatives from patrol around Bakaso area of Suleja arrested a Kojeka Solar Center SKP.
We shall continue to protect the lives and property of Nigerians and foreigners in our midst. We shall continue to work for the peace of the nation and deter elements that constitute threats to the people. We shall bear the full powers of the government to secure every inch of our land. We shall not rest until peace is fully restored to Nigeria.
But the recent move is coming on the heels of devastating attacks and killings, including displacements of thousands of Nigerians by insurgents, bandits, kidnappers, violent separatists and other sundry criminals terrorizing the country and undermining its economic growth and stability. Shafiu Suleiman, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Meanwhile, some residents in Abuja expressed mixed feelings about the claims that the worst security challenge is over, calling on the government not to pay lip service to the issues.
That's bullshit. It's a lie. Even as you talk to me, I'm afraid of you. The state of insecurity in Nigeria is such that you don't even trust the next person to you. I feel so insecure that I'm not really comfortable talking to a stranger. insecurity persists because government's hand is in the insecurity of this country. Government appears not to be serious, not to be serious about tackling the problem. So as it is now, security of this country is not in the hands of anybody, but in the hands of God only.
The insecurity is as if the personnel are not working. Let me just put it that way, as if they are not working. Really, if they really want to do the job, within 24 hours, everything that is happening within the country will be shut down.
Well, I've understanding here that the environment for Abuja here, some places, there is insecurity. As for here, there is a security tight. About insecurity in this environment, we will not have problem much. But some other areas, there is a lot of problem in insecurity.
I'm not secured, like seriously, I'm not secured. I'm not secure. Even when you are sleeping in your house, anything can happen. If any good Nigerian should tell you this is a reality of something that we are seeing and we are hearing. Even the federal government themselves, they can vividly, boldly tell you that yes, they are not free from the mess that every citizen is passing through.
Now, still on security, hundreds of Boko Haram insurgents and their families have deserted their camps as flood wreaked havoc on their enclaves, forcing them to move to safe locations on the fringes of Sambisa forest. This comes after 70 fighters got drowned and over 200 insurgents, including 5 commanders, were killed following the airstrikes by the Nigerian military at the weekend. Reports say that the overflow of Yedzaram River affected several insurgents' camps in Sheuri, Kumshi Ward and Gaizua axis Sunday morning and prompted the relocation. Meanwhile, Goni Farouk, a top Boko Haram commander, reportedly surrendered to the troops at Banki Junction in Bama local government area of Borno State on Sunday. Farouk came out with a motorcycle, RPG, anti-aircraft gun, AK-47, 5 magazines with live ammunition, solar panels and clothes, among others. Houses and parts of Bachama Road Cemetery have been submerged by flood in Tudunwada, Kaduna South local government area of Kaduna State. When Trust TV paid a visit to the area, displaced residents have relocated to safer areas in the neighborhood. Trust TV's Bello Musa reports.
Nigerian Meteorological Agency NAMED had predicted possible flood, especially for residents of areas considered as most vulnerable. This area has always been prone to flood. Muhammad Indagana lives in the area for more than 40 years. He is devastated by the flood, as his family are now sheltered by neighbors while he sleeps in the mosque with another neighbor, Abdul Mumin Abba, who is also affected by the flood.
I've been living in this environment for almost 45 years now. Next year, the same thing will happen. So the thing continuously. Even my house now, I cannot live with my family. My family are living somewhere, I'm living somewhere. We pack all our goods. Every year, that is what we do.
We are about 30 in this house, but we had to vacate the house due to flood. My family is squat with neighbors, but I sleep in the mosque. Apart from the residences, the flood affected Bashamaro Cemetery, destroying crops. Saifullah Yau is one of the helpless farmers on River Kaduna Bank who watched flood destroying their crops. He said they are still counting losses and urged the government to come to their aid. We are in a devastating situation as the flood destroyed our crops. We are in a state of helplessness now. The resident blames the community for dumping refuse in the drainage, which according to them is one of the factors responsible for the flooding.
Most of the people block the waterways, in fact, and that is why if rain comes, it enters inside their houses. When you talk to them, they don't care.
Community contribute to the flood due to dumping of refuse in the drainage, which blocks the waterways. Our community also suffers from cold and mosquito bite whenever there is flood. The Nigerian Meteorological Agency (NIMET) has predicted 96 hours of rains, warning residents of Kaduna, Niger, Bauchi Plateau, and Nasarawa State of possible flood. Bello Musa, Trust TV News, Kaduna.
Meanwhile, the National Emergency Management Agency on Monday said about 372 deaths were recorded in the last 8 months due to flash floods in 33 states in Nigeria. Director General Nema Mustafa Ahmed disclosed this at the inauguration of the new operational vehicles and specialized equipment at the agency's headquarters in Abuja. He said in the last 8 months, floods in Nigeria, mostly flash floods, have inundated 33 out of the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory. He said so far over 508,000 persons are affected, leading to about 372 deaths, 277 injured persons, destruction of about 37,633 houses, loss of a huge number of livestock and several farmlands have been recorded. Ahmed said that the current trends in hazards identification, risk mapping, and actual disasters had shown increasing instances of structural collapses, fuel tanker explosions, and other crashes and fire outbreaks. And on political matters, leaders of the People's Democratic Party in Ayedade local government area of Osun State on Monday rejected the purported expulsion of the party's governorship aspirant Dotu Babayemi from the party. At a press conference held at Ayedade local government area, PDP secretariat in Gbongang, and the party leaders and members faulted the expulsion of the aspirant. In an interview, the secretary of the PDP in Ward 2, Adekunle Moniruddin, and a PDP chieftain in Ward 3, Adelani Ajanaku, said that the aspirant did not work against the interest of the party, insisting that his expulsion was an effort in futility.
That to this end, all members and executive of the party at Otobalogun Ward 2 do reiterate our unalloyed support and loyalty to Omoba Dotun Babayemi for all actions he has taken so far for make the PDP a great party in this state Osun. Above all, we implore all our members of our party to continue to be law-abiding by ensuring that peace prevails at all times in Ayedade local government.
When Dotun joined politics, he landed in the APC. From APC, he left, he went to ADP. And he came with a rousing welcome. It was the leaders of PDP that courted him. It was the leadership of PDP that invited him when they saw his worth. Yes. Even when he was in ADP, we are all a living witness to the quantum number of votes which he gathered, 48,000 votes in 10 local governments. Yeah.
You're watching the news update on Trust Television. Coming up shortly, we'll take a look at crippling effects of fake and substandard goods. Details of this and more after the break. You're watching the news update on Trust Television. Here's a reminder of our top stories. Federal government says the worst in Nigeria's security challenges is over. Boko Haram runs short of food, weapons as floods take over enclaves. In other news, at least 5 persons have been confirmed dead in a boat accident at Marataba village of Gwaram local government area of Jigawa State. A statement by the police public relations officer in Jigawa State, DSP Lawan Shisu Adam, said that 4 other persons were rescued. Adam said a locally made canoe conveying 9 passengers who were returning home capsized. The police spokesman added that the corpses had been released to relatives for burial. This is the second case of boat mishap recorded in the state within 1 week, and with another recorded last Tuesday at Miga local government said to have claimed 2 lives. In another accident, 3 children drowned at a pond in Faskaro Kogama local government area of Jigawa State. A statement by an official of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, Adamu Shehu, said that the incident occurred on Monday morning when the girls went to a nearby pond about 300 meters away from the village to wash their clothes. The Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, has begun a 3-day strike across the northern states depot. IPMAN leadership at a press briefing said that its withdrawal of services at depots was as a result of the failure of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority to settle its claims of over 70 billion naira. It revealed that 2 billion naira has been paid, which is less than 5% of their claims, as against the agency's allegation that it has disbursed 9 billion naira to them. They warned that failure to pay the claims within the next 30 days will lead to suspension of operations indefinitely in 9 northern states, which include Borno, Yola, Niger, Zamfara, Plateau, Kaduna, and Gombe State.
It is very ridiculous that you took a product far south, far west to far north without being paid even advance in advance. Nobody can haulage a product from far west to far north Maiduguri without being paid. Yes, it is very ridiculous. So therefore, this press briefing is not to cause havoc to the members of general members of the public. That is why we decided not to close our outlets. We should leave the outlets dispensing oil to general public because we are law-abiding citizens of Nigeria. Just want to tell the federal government and the general public and well-to-do to at least call the attentions of the central government to intervene and solve this problem. If not, we have no option than to withdraw the service in due course. Yes, we cannot. That's right.
Fake and substandard products span all categories of items from drugs, electronic, household appliances to automobiles. The problem in the economy, according to economists, has crippled a lot of business activities, causing producers to reduce the quality of their products that find their way into the Nigerian market. Noel Samson reports on the problems faced by the motorists who buy these substandard products.
The issue of substandard automobile parts have been a great thing of concern by motorists for a long time, and in some situations has resulted to the loss of lives, property, time and value.
There have been complaints of substandard spare part. In fact, I had a nasty experience where I lost one of my old colleagues because his tire got blown out while at top speed. And eventually it was traceable to the poor condition of the tire. I think probably did not meet safety standards.
This car I'm standing beside, I had an issue with a fuel pump. That was last week. So I came to Apple I bought the fuel pump, then they fixed the fuel pump. So because of, I don't drive the car, just drive and park. So the other day when I now took the car, I was going somewhere, I reached where I was going to, came back to start the car refused to start. The fuel pump they sold to me was a bad one, so whenever it gets hot, the car will not start till the fuel pump gets cold.
But despite a huge chunk of blame being given to the sellers of this substandard product, some customers feel otherwise.
Sometimes it's not the fault of these people here. Sometimes it happens that where they actually purchased from, maybe from China or from Japan, or maybe from Lagos, you get the durability, it has already lasted a particular period of time. Then when it gets to your own hand, you now start experiencing those faults. It will spoil for your hand.
However, one may wonder, are these sellers aware of the fact that the product they sell are substandard?
That we are not selling low quality spare parts. Rather is, can say is China. There is different quality in market. There is Taiwan, there is Japan, there is China. But the issue of Nigeria now is Nigerian people always request the cheaper one.
Based on the argument from both parties, the facts remain. The influx of substandard automobile spare parts in Nigerian market have caused a great harm on the populace. Observers are of the view that agencies saddled with the responsibility of regulating such products and also protect Nigeria customers should step up and do the needful. Noel Samson, Trust TV, Abuja.
Donkeys are a popular and cheap means of transportation in northern Nigeria's rural farming communities. But in recent times, the price of donkeys has shot up amid growing demand for the animals, which is now used as a food, as buyers from southern Nigeria are transporting the animals home for consumption. Trust TV correspondent Idris Jibrin, who visited Maigatari International Cattle Market in Jigawa State, reports that thousands are benefiting from donkey trade in the market.
Many years back, donkeys are used to transport mostly agricultural produce from rural farming communities to the market in cities and towns across northern Nigeria. But that is changing, as cows are gradually replacing it because the animal is now consumed as food. Here in Nigeria, we take it to the southern part of the country, where it's being consumed as food. Its business is now booming here in Maigatari International Cattle Market, where over 40,000 people said to be directly or indirectly involved in the trade. Those who are benefiting from this donkey trade here in Maigatari, Gumel and Jigawa State in general are more than 50,000 doing the business of donkey alone. In Maigatari International Cattle Market, a big size of donkey now sells for 60,000 naira as against 20,000 naira some years back, while medium size attract as much as 30,000 naira as against old price of 10,000 naira.
And now, away from Nigeria, rescue efforts are underway following a 6.8 magnitude earthquake that killed at least 65 people and left hundreds stranded or missing in China's southwestern Sichuan province. Rescuers are scouring through rubble for the missing on Tuesday after the earthquake triggered landslides and shook buildings as far away as the provincial capital, Chengdu. And that's a wrap on the news update. Watch more via all our social media platforms and also watch us live on YouTube. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thank you for watching.